I'm Neil, and I'm the teacher.
And I'm Sean, and I'm the deal maker. Together,
We're the Rise Guys.
Two words in every contract get mixed up all the time, and mixing them up can collapse a deal or expose your client to a claim. Terms and conditions are not the same thing. Today, I am going to make the difference dead simple and then walk you from a signed offer all the way to a clean waiver. Let us clear up two words that get mixed up constantly: terms and conditions. The term is a mutual written obligation that both parties have agreed to. The price is a term, the possession date is a term. What stays with the home is a term. Once the contract is signed, you cannot just change a term because someone changed their mind. It takes a signed amendment from both sides. A condition is different. A condition is a time-sensitive action that has to be satisfied by a specific date. Financing approval is a condition. The home inspection is a condition. Due diligence is a condition. And here is the part that catches people. If a condition is not waived by its deadline, the deal does not just pause. The contract collapses. So terms are the promises and conditions are the clock. Now, why does this matter so much in practice? Two failure modes. The first is treating a term like a condition, casually assuming a signed obligation can be changed. It cannot. A term only moves with a written signed amendment from both parties. A friendly handshake change is not binding, and it invites a dispute later. The second failure mode is the dangerous one, treating a condition like a term and forgetting that it has a hard deadline. If you let a financing or inspection condition slide past its waiver date, you have not just lost some time, the contract can collapse entirely, and now your client has lost the home and you may have a problem. The habit that protects you is simple. The moment an offer is signed, you write down every condition and its exact date, and you manage that clock like your deal depends on it, because it does. Before you ever write the offer, do your homework. If you represent the buyer, run a reverse comparative market analysis so you know what the home is really worth and you are not overpaying. If you represent the seller, get clear on their motivation and their budget constraints, because a beautiful offer that does not fit their situation is not a good offer. Then build something that unites the parties rather than dividing them. That means clean, clearly written conditions with realistic dates, a possession date both sides can actually live with, and proof of financing so the offer is credible. A clean offer is not about winning a fight. It is about giving both sides a reason to say yes and a clear path to closing. Once the offer is accepted, you are managing the deal from offer to waiver. Start with active listening and finding common ground, because tension in the early days was usually a communication problem, not a deal problem. Then work the conditions to their dates, manage the financing approval, get the inspection done, and if something comes up mid-flight, a question about property access or a defect that turns up, you resolve it with a written amendment, not a verbal promise. As each condition is satisfied, you waive it. Waiving conditions is the mechanism that actually moves the sale toward closing. The one thing you never do is let a condition lapse silently past its deadline. A clean, on-time waiver is the green light that takes you to close. Let me leave you with a habit that ties this all together. Read a purchase and sale contract once a week, every week for a year. It sounds tedious, and it's the single fastest way to build real fluency in the document you use to protect people. You cannot protect a client in language you do not know cold, and keep the core distinction locked in. Terms are the promises, and they only change with a signed amendment. Conditions are the clock, and they must be waived by their date, or the contract collapses. Know which is which every single time, and you will keep deals oddly together that a less careful agent would lose. That is the show for this week. I will see you in the next one. New webinar summary every week. Subscribe so you never miss one.